Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Laura, and welcome to VLOGmas Day 7. Turn down for what? So I posted a poll on my page asking you what video you wanted to see next. And I knew that if I put a 911 video as a choice, you guys would respond for sure. So the choices were a 911 video, a traditional vlog, or the time I found out I was a side chick. So I am going to tell you all about what it's like to work on the holidays and what to expect with 911. One of the most interesting things about being a 911 dispatcher is you are considered an essential employee, which means that you're always going to work. Like, even looking up the definition of an essential employee and a non-essential employee, essential personnel generally are defined as personnel and staff who are required to report to their work location. So irregardless of the situation, irregardless of what's going on, you have to go to work. So for example, when there would be like a fire drill or something like that at the dispatch, so my dispatch center was at like City Hall. It was at City Hall. So I remember a time that like the fire alarms were going off and we had to stay where we were because we were essential staff and only the non-essential staff members could leave. So those who worked in our department 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, they could leave, but we had to stay. So I'm like, so what, we die and everybody else out there in the city get to live? So essential staff members also have to work holidays. You are scheduled 365 days, or they run 365 days a year, 24/7. So our job doesn't close as a 911 dispatcher. And so sometimes you are going to have to work on the holidays. Whew. Now, at the agency I worked for, during your training, you work a regular traditional schedule from like 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. You're off on the weekends, but once you are out on the floor, once you're doing OJT or on the job training, you are subject to before you're on your own, at least at the agency I worked for, you couldn't work overtime or on holidays. But once, even once you were doing your on-the-job training. So when you're doing your on-the-job training, you still can't work on holidays or overtime, even if your trainer does. You just have to sit out that day if it's a holiday and they pay you for it, if that makes any sense. Because technically you're still in training, so you can't do overtime and work holiday. They get holiday, like the extra holiday pay, which we'll talk about in a minute. So once you're released from your on-the-job training is when you will start working holidays. So I remember my first shift, I was on 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. and my off days were, like, once I was released from training, were Thursday and Friday. So the first holiday that rolled around was Thanksgiving, and I, my friend, was very grateful because the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I got off an hour early. I got to take the last break because Wednesdays were my Fridays, so you could take the last break or whatever. So I got to take the last break, and I got to be off on Thursday and Friday on Thanksgiving and the day after. So I was really excited about that. Like, that was so exciting to me. And then Christmas came around, and you have the opportunity whenever they open up the schedule, at least at the agency I was at, you have the opportunity to sign up for days off. So you can sign up for Christmas, but if you ain't the first person to sign up for it, you're not gonna be off. So I mean, that's pretty much that. So I remember being off Thanksgiving and the day after Thanksgiving, and all of my little friends were like, they were acting like they were jealous, but I know they really wasn't, because shit, I had to work on Christmas. On Christmas. I was so sad because for a lot of years I lived away from my family. And Christmas for me was something that was really special. And I didn't get to share that with them because I had to go to work at 3 o'clock in the evening. Now, what I thought was gonna be like I thought it was gonna be super slow on Christmas because it's Christmas. I think I worked Christmas Eve too my first year. But I just thought it was gonna be slow because it's Christmas, and I know what Christmases are like in my house, and so I just never expected to be answering phone calls on Christmas. You get some really sad calls about, like, you know, sometimes people hurt themselves on Christmas, or they go to, you know, grandma's house and find her dead. I did take a call like that. That was pretty sad. But if you are a dispatcher, you'll notice that working around the holidays, it'll usually start around September or October, particularly October, like once I don't know what it is, like the temperature starts changing, and then people start, you know, getting really down. They start remembering those loved ones that they lost years before, and they start getting sad. They start thinking about like their families and the fact that they might not be able to provide a Christmas for them, or what we look at as a traditional Christmas. And then they get sad, and you know, then people, they tend to commit suicide a lot during the holiday seasons. So if that's something that you're interested in, being a dispatcher, and if you are already a dispatcher, then you already know what I'm saying. You get so many suicides this time of year, and it's so sad. It's so sad when somebody kills himself and then someone walks in and finds them like that, and then they call in. It's really sad. But one of the interesting things is that people don't forget about you during the holidays. And that's what I really loved about the citizens in the city that I worked in, is that they didn't forget about their public safety dispatchers. They didn't forget about their 911 dispatchers. They didn't forget about their officers or their fire department, because we still had to work. We would have kids to come down and bring us little snacks. We would have people to come down and bring cars. Or meals. I think my first Christmas, people bought all kinds of food. Now, we don't always eat that stuff, but it's always a nice gesture. And one of the things that we did in our agency is like we drew names, and so everybody, you know, everybody had a little sheet that they filled out, like Secret Santa kind of thing. Everybody had the sheet that they filled out, and then they came, you know, on Christmas Day, we all exchanged our gifts while we were at work. And I don't know if I was off. I don't know. I was off one of the days. Maybe it was Christmas Eve. I don't know. But the day I had to work, my Secret Santa was off. So I came up the next day. I wanted my gift. I came up the next day and got my gift, and my supervisor, she was like, you can't open that till you go upstairs, like out of the building. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, ooh, it must be alcohol or something like that. And once I opened the bag, my Secret Santa had got me this cute little wine glass, and on there, well, that friend knew that, you know, what type of drink I liked, and they bought me all the ingredients for tequila sunrise. So that was super sweet. They bought me my favorite Bath and Body Works scent. So it was just really sweet. I love stuff like that, and it makes you not feel so bad for being away from your family for the holidays, because you're around your work family. And then kind of doing the jobs that we did, or that we do, you kind of put a lot of things into perspective. Some of the things that you would probably traditionally get upset about, you just really don't think that's that big of a deal, because, you know, this person just died today or got killed or whatever. I don't know. So holidays are just they're real tricky. The best part about working holidays is the pay, though. I say the only positive. I mean, the call volume is not as bad, but it's usually like drunk people, like people, you know how your family is. You know your family better than me, but you know you got that those one or two drunk uncles. Family members call about them too. So you know, you just have to deal with those things. It's a lot of drunkenness on holidays, lots of drunkenness. When you get families together with alcohol and food, be like, oh, who dressing is this? That dressing nasty. Then somebody drinking, and then they mad, and they telling their auntie about how they don't like they dressing or they turkey, or somebody didn't cook the chitlins good and it smell like chitlin butt in here, you know, all of that stuff. Then they be calling 911 like, hello, what? My auntie done messed up the dressing, you know, stuff like that. I never took that call, but you know, I'm just saying that could happen. But the best part is the pay, because you get paid double time on the holidays, double time. And at the agency I worked at, I was making just right under $20, like a few cents under $20 an hour. And so holiday pay, you got paid double. Now, the thing with the agency that I worked at was that holiday pay, you got paid that day for your regular 8 hours. And then the other 8 hours went into a bank, a holiday pay bank. So when you want to take vacation or want to take whatever you want to take, a sick day, you can use that holiday pay for that. I didn't like that, but to me it was almost like free money, but you had to get it later. I didn't like that part, but it was like extra vacation days or sick time and stuff like that. So it, you know, it kind of balanced itself out. So that really wasn't a big issue for me. So anyway, so overall, working on the holidays is not that bad, but it's not like all of that. The pay is good, but then, you know, when everyone is out there having fun and enjoying their families for the holidays, you are, you know, with your work people who are like super stressed and annoyed that they have to be there and not with their families on the holidays. And you have to really, honestly, I got some of the saddest calls of my career as a dispatcher around the holiday time. I'm telling you, suicides are like the absolute worst. I never heard anybody kill themselves on the phone with me, but I have had family members to call as they came in on somebody that was dead, hanging, shot, with a plastic bag over their head, just whatever you can think of. And so those things just really wear down on you. Like the other day, I mean, I don't want to go be too specific about this story that I'm about to tell, because that would definitely give away the agency that I worked at. But I saw a story on TV about some people being killed in an automobile accident, and it just took me back to just last year or the year before that, where the exact same situation happened. And these people in this accident, I think one person passed away. And then the accident that I'm thinking of that I took a call for, everybody died. And, well, no, 2 people lived and 1 person died. And it just made me think about that. And I was like, man, I wonder how those people are doing. Like that person that survived, I wonder how they're doing now. And so now I found myself thinking back on things, like when certain situations happen, I think about, man, I remember that time that this happened. It was around the holidays when this occurred. So anyway, I feel like I'm rambling. But, like I said, overall, working on holidays isn't all that bad. It ain't all that good. You don't get to be with your family, but you get to hear the drama and everybody else's, you know. So if you like that kind of stuff, then this is right up your alley. I always say 911 dispatchers are like the world's nosiest people, because we are. We want to know everything that's happening. We want to be all up in the mix. And but we also want to help people, want to help them solve their problems, or at least get through that quick moment in their life. So next week I have to travel for work. But that doesn't mean that Vlogmas is over, because I've decided to give you the 411 on 911. That's right. So every day next week, on next week's Vlogmas, will be some type of 911 video. So Monday, well, not every day next week, Monday through Friday will be a 911 video next week. So I hope you all enjoy. I want to give you that special treat, and these are going to be all things to help you as a 911 dispatcher. So if you have any questions that you want answered in next week's video, next week's videos or a particular video that you want to see, leave it down in the comment section down below and I'll get those to you. I'll try to get those videos made for you. So just please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you click the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I post a video. Thank you guys. Hope you have a great day and a great weekend. Bye.